You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Coming up, Supreme Court showdown. It is finally the day. What Senate Republicans are saying is they get ready to hear from both Brett Kavanaugh and the woman accusing him of sexual assault. Plus, we're going to tell you a little bit more about this in Tampa. Get this, all caught on camera. Tampa police are looking for two people who tried to snatch a woman's purse at a public store until she turned the tables and chased after them. We'll tell you about it. We've got those stories, plus your Thursday forecast right now on this hour of Good Morning Suncoast. And good morning to you. It is 6 o'clock straight up on this Thursday, or Little Friday, as our director likes to have us say over and over again. I'm Stephanie Webb. Ray Collins is off today. Now let's head over to John Scalzi to see what the day holds today.
You know, not too bad. I think we're going to have plenty of sunshine around today. It's going to be very similar to yesterday, actually. We'll start off the day sunny. We'll go through most of the afternoon warm and a little bit on the muggy side. And then as we head into the afternoon, we'll start to see those showers build in inland areas. Right now it's quiet. Through the morning commute, it should be quiet. Satellite view shows plenty of sunshine coming our way. Temperatures across the region are generally about a degree or two cooler than they were 24 hours ago. 79 Longboat Key, 76 Bradenton, 74 Sarasota. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, thanks so much, John. Let's take a look outside and check on your first alert traffic at this 6 a.m. hour. Still pretty quiet for the most part in Manatee County. Couple of slowdowns that we're starting to see, the usual ones right around 301 and State Road 70. In Sarasota County, we do have one accident to tell you about right there on 75. There is an accident in the northbound lane at exit 207, which is the Bee Ridge Road accident. So in the northbound lane of 75, there is one accident that's slowing things down. But if you're headed a little bit farther south, those roads are actually looking pretty decent so far. 75 and 41, both of those looks like a pretty decent commute so far this morning. That's the first alert traffic. Happening today in Washington, I feel like there's something, oh, that's right, testimonies finally today from Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh and the woman accusing him of sexual assault. They are just hours away. ABC's Lana Zach has the latest from Capitol Hill.
Brett Kavanaugh and the first of his accusers, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, will be grilled today in an attempt to find the truth.
I don't think there's any question in my mind about it, but I'm willing to keep an open mind.
Blasey Ford submitting the results of her polygraph test, Kavanaugh submitting his calendar from 1982. Rachel Mitchell will be representing the Republican men on the committee.
I'm not interested in seeing Ms. Mitchell go Catwoman on anybody.
But there's another major development playing out, a third person coming forward, Julie Swetnick. She's held security clearances from Homeland Security, State, and the Treasury Departments, and she claims in a sworn affidavit that she saw Kavanaugh drink excessively and engage in abusive and physically aggressive behavior towards girls. And she alleges that Kavanaugh was present at a house party in 1982 when Swetnick says she herself was a victim of gang rape.
I mean, the details in this declaration are specific. They are shocking, but above all else, they are true.
ABC News has been unable to corroborate Swetnick's allegations. Judge Kavanaugh says this is ridiculous, and from the Twilight Zone, I don't know who this is, and this never happened. President Trump says he'll be watching.
Are they liars?
I can't tell you. I have to watch. I'm going to see what's said. So it's possible that they will be convincing.
Americans will decide today who to believe, but of the three named accusers, only Dr. Christine Blasey Ford will testify before the committee votes tomorrow. Reporting from the Senate, Lana Zach, ABC News.
Well, the House just approved a massive spending package aimed at avoiding another government shutdown just weeks before those all-important midterm elections. Now it heads to President Trump's desk for final approval. Now, while the president has given mixed signals on whether or not he will sign the bill due to its lack of money for a border wall, Republicans so far have expressed confidence this week that he will sign the measure. And Uber ponying up $148 million, all in connection to a 2016 data breach. Now, that investigation proved that hackers stole personal information from about 57 million users of the rideshare company. That breach wasn't revealed for a year. In fact, that's when Uber finally admitted they paid those hackers to destroy all the stolen data. Now, this is the biggest multi-state data breach settlement in history. In addition to that payment, Uber says it's going to take more safety steps like improving security practices to keep user information safe. For the latest on this story, plus breaking news, and of course your up-to-the-minute first alerts forecast, just download our free ABC7 app. Well, an arsonist who started a fire that killed 4 Seattle firefighters back in 1995 is set to be released from prison later on today. Now, when he walks out of prison, Martin Pang will have only served about 20 years of a 35-year sentence for 4 counts of first-degree manslaughter. So why the early release? Well, he earned good time while behind bars. Now, he'd actually been originally charged with first-degree murder, not manslaughter, and he fled to Brazil. Now, surprisingly, that move was what got him the less serious charge of manslaughter.
He's charged with 4 counts of murder 1, which would have resulted in the rest of his life in prison. When he fled to Brazil, Brazil has no felony murder rule, so they said that they wouldn't extradite him unless he was charged with the equivalent crime down there, which is a manslaughter.
Back in the day, Pang confessed that he set the fire at his family's warehouse in Seattle's district to collect the insurance money in that case. And an update now on a story that we first told you about last week. A North Carolina woman who sheltered animals during Hurricane Florence is now free from those criminal charges. Now, Tammy Hedges, she was accused of running an illegal veterinary operation after she took in 27 dogs and cats that were left behind during the hurricane. But her story gained some national attention, and more than 10,000 people signed online petitions demanding that all of those charges be dropped. She was simply trying to help. Happening across Florida, those who hurt animals or abuse them will now face harsher penalties under a new state law that begins next week. Ponce's Law is named after a 9-month-old Labrador Retriever puppy that was found beaten to death in Volusia County last year. Now, under the new law, a judge will now have the power to bar someone convicted of animal cruelty from owning a pet forever. It also makes it more likely that an offender will go to jail and have a longer sentence. It's a huge victory for animal lovers right here in Florida.
I'm thrilled. I'm glad. I wish it was stiffer, but I'm glad that they're doing something.
And anything that we can do to keep people from doing that kind of thing to animals who are so defenseless.
Lawmakers passed the measure earlier this year. Ponce's Law officially goes into effect this coming Monday. Well, Parkland school shooting suspect Nicholas Cruz was back in court yesterday for a status hearing on his death penalty case. His lawyers are now asking a judge to allow additional interviews of hundreds of witnesses rather than simply relying on written statements or other documents in the case. Now, so far, the judge had agreed to allow only one to be interviewed, saying the effort was premature at this time. Well, all caught on camera. Wait till you see this. Police are looking for 2 people who tried to snatch a woman's purse inside a Tampa public store. Now, take a look. You can see the suspect here. You're going to see it in just a moment. There's a man right here in the white shirt that was on his phone. He's waiting in this area. Now, the woman has already left the store. She's waiting for the rain to stop so she can get to the car. Well, the man in the shirt runs by, grabs her purse, and then jumps into that getaway car that you just saw. Now, thankfully, seconds later, she actually catches up with the car. She is able to reach inside, snatch her own purse back, but unfortunately not before she was dragged a few feet, scraping up her knees and hurting her arm in the process. Now, if you know who this might be, or you recognize the car, or know anything about this case, you're asked to contact Tampa Police. All right, and one of our favorite here on Good Morning Suncoast are only in Florida stories. And this morning, it's a kangaroo on the loose in Palm Beach County. The owner, Scott Griffith, he works for Jupiter Farms, which is home to 7 kangaroos. He owns them all legally. Griffith says he's been searching for Blake, the kangaroo, since he jumped off Monday night. But so far, there is no sign of him.
And how did he get loose?
We don't know. He's never even got close to the gate or anything. Either we're guessing something scared him, something spooked him. It had a bad storm that night.
And the owner says he does have all the proper state permits to own that missing kangaroo and the others on the property. So if you are in Palm Beach and you see a kangaroo, you should call someone of importance. And happening now, students at the Sarasota Military Academy, they're stepping up and doing their part to help victims of Hurricane Florence. The school is partnering with Paws and Warriors and Camp for Heroes, collecting non-perishable items to be given out to first responders and community members in North Carolina that were hit hard by the hurricane. Now, donations will be collected at the high school campus from now until October 4th between 2 and 3:30, and then at the middle school from 4 to 6. You can find all that information online at mysuncoast.com. Still ahead on the show, for the third time this year, the Federal Reserve is raising the interest rate. We're going to tell you what that could mean for you as well as your wallet. And then coming up at 6:30, we'll tell you why red tide is forcing Florida Fish and Wildlife to extend a fishing restriction now all the way till next spring. We're going to tell you which fish it covers in just a moment. But first, here's a live look at the Capitol this morning. We are now just hours away from dual testimony this morning. Judge Brett Kavanaugh, as well as the first accuser to accuse him of sexual assault. But first, let's head over to the one and only John Scalzi.
Looks good for us today. I think, Steph, we're going to see the kids at the bus stop having pleasant weather to start off the morning. Mostly clear skies, 77 degrees on the way home. It'll be warm, kind of humid. Most of the showers will be in inland areas. There won't be too much activity close to the coast. In fact, I'll give it a 10 out of 10 chance of an outside recess. I was even more confident than I thought, looking for only the possibility of some warm afternoon. Complete forecast comes up in a few.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
It's hard to see when you're outside at night. It's time for the Atomic Beam Sunblast, the new solar-powered light that's super bright. Atomic Beam Sunblast lets you add a light anywhere, and the atomic solar panels charge the built-in lithium-ion battery quickly. Then the 180-degree motion sensor turns on the light when you get near and automatically turns off when you disappear. Look, here's a best-selling outdoor solar light, and here's the super bright Atomic Beam Sunblast. Get the super bright Atomic Beam Sunblast for only $19.99. But wait, call right now and you can double your order and get a second Sunblast, plus our best-selling Atomic Beam Flashlight. Just pay a separate fee. That's 2 Atomic Beam Sunblasts and the Atomic Beam Flashlight. Call now.
Call 1-800-431-6640. That's 1-800-431-6640. Or visit mysunblast.com. So call 1-800-431-6640. Order now.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, so yesterday, Becky and Omayaka said the skies opened up. There was plenty of lightning and thunder and rumbles. And it was almost kind of a scary sight, you know, kind of that kind of yellowish color to the sky. She, thought severe weather was on the horizon. It wasn't, but she did get 2 inches of rainfall in Myakka yesterday. Closer to the coast, not nearly as much rain fell, and I think that'll be a similar situation again today. 74 degrees, the current air temperature, dew point value coming in at the same, 100% relative humidity out there. It's kind of a sticky start to the day once again, though the temperature's a little bit cooler. We're looking at through the morning hours, pretty quiet conditions. A little bit on the humid side as we head into the afternoon, and daytime highs climb up into the 90s once again. A little bit more toward the 93 mark in inland areas, a little bit closer to the 90 mark as you get closer to the coastline, right along the coast, maybe upper 80s. We'll watch showers and thunderstorms begin to roll in from the east or southeast as we head into the afternoon. Skies will darken. You'll hear rumbles of thunder. And the heaviest of the rain falling along the sea breeze front, which will be in inland areas east of the interstate, right straight through the evening hours when everything will start to quiet down pretty well. Titan radar right now is quiet. We're not seeing anything on any echoes across our region that would mean anything close to showers for the morning commute, so that's quiet. Over on the other coast, we are still getting a few showers in the easterly wind flow, picking up that moisture from its fetch off the Atlantic waters, slinging that moisture back toward the coastline. We've seen that for the last almost week and a half now. Yesterday, we saw the cloud cover roll up from the south, lift off to the north, and generally ride right along the sea breeze front. That was the thunderstorm activity that we saw. Right now, it's quiet, and we have plenty of sunshine in store for us today. Drier air kind of filtering around an area of high pressure that sits right out in the Atlantic is bringing us these reduced rain chances for a few days in a row, carrying right into the weekend. It's also helping to lower our temperatures just a smidge. A couple of degrees cooler than we were 24 hours ago in some places exactly the same as we were 24 hours ago, but in general, slightly cooler. High pressure just to our north brings us this easterly flow. A frontal boundary has stalled out across the country, separating the cooler air to the north from the warm, muggy air closer to home. That's going to be locked in place. That's not going anywhere. This frontal boundary not even getting close to us yet. It'll be another couple weeks before we really see a cold front. But it will trigger off the possibility of some severe weather if you're traveling today to the northeast. There may be some airport delays anywhere from Reagan Airport all the way up to really Logan Airport because of the possibility of some stronger storms. South wind switches west in the afternoon with that sea breeze coming in at 5 to 10. A little bit quieter as we head into the later evening. About a 5-knot wind before it turns back to the east at about 10. And the forecast looks like this. We'll have about a 91 for a daytime high. We'll look for about a 30% chance of storms late in the afternoon into the evening hours before they dissipate completely. Tomorrow, perhaps even less rain chance. Same thing on Saturday, I think. Of these 2 days, some places will certainly not even see any rainfall whatsoever, and we'll have sunny skies. Otherwise, as we head into the beginning of next work week, we'll look for slightly better rain chances, but not much. Still only about a 30% chance as we head into the beginning of the work week. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Don. Let's take a look outside and check on your first alert traffic. So far, no real delays in Manatee County. Just a couple hot spots right there on Cortez as you're headed toward the beach. In Sarasota County, those roads are not looking too bad. You can start to see, though, 301, some delays as you're headed toward Fruitville Road. And that accident that we were watching is pretty much cleared up for the most part. So it's not running too bad so far this morning. 75 and 41, if you're headed a little bit farther south toward Port Charlotte, those are running pretty smooth as well now, too. To 618, that's your first alert traffic. In consumer news, for the third time this year, the Federal Reserve is now raising the interest rate, this time by about 1/4 percentage point. Mary Maloney has a closer look at just how that hike will hit your wallet.
Housing, cars, student loans, and your credit card. Get ready to see interest rates on all go up. The Federal Reserve has raised the interest rate to a range of 2 to 2.25%, saying the economy is strong.
Growth is running at a healthy clip. Unemployment is low. The number of people working is rising steadily, and wages are up.
Economic experts say nearly everyone will see interest rates go up.
If you've got a car loan, you've got a credit card, you're going to have to start paying more money each month.
They also say people with variable mortgage rates will also see changes in the long term. And if you rent, experts say landlords may pass down those costs to you.
We've got prices increasing in all of the economy, if the price for the landlord goes up, that also means the price for the tenant goes up.
Certain car and student loans may also be impacted. Since 2008, interest rates have been close to zero as part of the Fed's strategy to get out of the recession. As the economy improved, the Fed has been increasing rates little by little.
This gradual return to normal is helping to sustain this strong economy for the longer run benefit of all Americans.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
Well, they were one of the hottest fitness gadgets to hit the market, but now 30,000 fitness trackers are actually being voluntarily recalled due to the risk of burns. The Bluetooth trackers by digital wellness company Privata Health were given away during a promotion between August of last year and July of this year. Now, there's actually been reports of the device overheating while charging or even being used, with some users even suffering burns to their wrists. So if you have one, first, stop wearing it. And second, Privata Health has offered to replace them all for free. Amazon continues to expand delivery from its Whole Foods grocery stores. The retail giant announced new delivery services in 10 new cities, including Tampa. Delivery is now available in almost 50 cities so far, and there are plans for more. Customers can simply order through the company's app or go online to do it. Amazon's entry into the grocery world has forced some of the more traditional stores to really expand what they offer to customers to keep up, or at least speed up some of their plans to do so. Well, still to come on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest on that desperate search for the missing 6-year-old autistic boy. Police are releasing the 911 calls from the day that he went missing and what his father is now saying about that day. And coming up at 6:30, we're going to take a look at how close the new Atlanta Braves stadium is to getting finished in Northport. But first, here's a live look outside our ABC7 studios. Not a bad morning today. Got a high of about 91. John Scalzi will be in to give us more of a complete forecast. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC7.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. And right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think it up.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
Welcome back. It is 6:24. The desperate search for a missing 6-year-old autistic boy continues today in North Carolina as police release a 911 calls from the day that he vanished. ABC's Eva Pilgrim has all the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the desperate search in North Carolina for Maddox Rich. They're looking inside manholes, sewers, and storm drains for the 6-year-old who's diagnosed with autism.
It's been torture. I'm not eating, not sleeping. I'm just worried about getting my little boy back.
His father joined police at a briefing to explain how he lost the child Saturday at this park west of Charlotte. Ian Rich was there with a woman police are refusing to identify. He says his son went chasing after a jogger, and he couldn't keep up with him because of a medical condition that makes it difficult for the young father to run.
I couldn't catch up with him. I feel guilt for letting him get so far ahead of me before I started running after him.
And coming up at 7 o'clock, more from Maddox's family. With your GMA First Look, I'm Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
How do you top mac and cheese? Start with 100% clean ingredients, like Vermont white cheddar. Then add bacon, barbecue chicken, or Baja blend. Catering and delivery now available. Panera, food as it should be.
Olay Total Effects. The power of 7 benefits, all in one bottle, without costing $100, $200, or $400. Enriched with vitamin B3 complex for beautiful skin. Olay.
When heartburn hits, fight back fast with Tums Smoothies. It starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue and neutralizes stomach acid at the source. Smoothies, only from Tums.
Brushing only reaches 25% of your mouth. Listerine cleans virtually 100%, helping to prevent gum disease and bad breath. Never settle for 25%. Always go for 100. Bring out the bold.
The final 2018 Accord clearance is now during our model year-end clearance sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for new Accords. All on clearance this week at your local Honda dealer.
Helping families with mesothelioma is all we do. My firm has been offering a free book on mesothelioma for over 10 years. Since that time, hundreds of people with mesothelioma have trusted us to represent them. We have local offices throughout the U.S. and there is no risk to you. Mesothelioma really is all we do. Call us at 1-800-485-6000. That's 1-800-485-6000. Or go to mesoonlylaw.com.
Gettle's got what you're looking for at Gettle.com. 17 new car brands, over 1,000 used vehicles, prices and payments you can afford. Credit help if you need it, and they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Gettle's got that too. Gettle's got it. Visit Gettle.com.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Thank you.
You got a king?
Go fish! In your face, in your face, in
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Coming up this morning, an inmate found dead inside the Charlotte County Jail. We'll tell you what police say might have led to that death. Plus, what Sarasota County was just ranked one of the top spots in the state for deadly traffic accidents. We'll tell you what the plan is now to make some of those roads safer, and why red tide is forcing Florida Fish and Wildlife to extend a fishing restriction all the way to next spring, and which fish it now covers. We have those stories plus your Thursday forecast this half hour on Good Morning Suncoast. And good morning to you. It is 6:30 on this Thursday morning. Ray Collins is off today. I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for waking up, or thanks for continuing us to watch. Over to John Scalzi right now for your Thursday forecast.
Steph, thanks very much. We're looking at pretty quiet conditions on radar right now, and that's what we expect to see throughout the morning hours. Now, yesterday we had some pretty variable rainfall totals. We had Jeff in Laurel Park, who only picked up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. That moved over to Cooper, our youngest weather watcher in central Sarasota, picked up 1 inch of rain, all the way up to Becky in Omayaca, who got 2-inch rainfalls. That's the same thing that's going to happen again today. Highly variable rainfall amounts. Rainfall chance at about 30%. A lot of sunshine. Satellite view shows not much cloud cover, so expect to see a sunny day to start off, followed by those late afternoon showers. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Take a look outside and check your first alert traffic. Not too bad out there. We're starting to see some of our normal morning delays, especially coming in and out of Bradenton area. Those are starting to run a little bit slower in Manatee County. Then in Sarasota County, those roads are looking decent for the most spot. A couple hot spots on like Clark and Bee Ridge, but pretty normal for around this time in the morning. 75 and 41 if you're headed toward Port Charlotte. Pretty typical, not too bad so far this morning. The roads are looking pretty decent at this hour. All right, well, moving on, developing overnight, there's been a death at the Charlotte County Jail. Now, they've not yet released the inmate's name, but they say his cell was actually in lockdown, where he didn't have any contact with any other inmates. Police later found a piece of material that was around his neck, but they say they were unable to get in contact with his family. Now, the man is described as a white male in his 50s, so if someone in your family matches that inmate's description, they want you to contact the sheriff's office if you need to check on their status. Well, new this morning, Sarasota County drivers, you topped the list, but it's not a great one. The county ranked one of the top in the state for the most deadly traffic accidents. ABC 7's Marla Spence joins us live right now at Bee Ridge and Beneva Road, and she's going to tell us what the sheriff's office now plans to do to cut down on that statistic. Marla, what's the plan?
Well, Stephanie, the plan is to have more law enforcement at busy intersections like Bee Ridge and Beneva Road. This is just one intersection that law enforcement says they've seen a high number of deadly crashes. In fact, the sheriff's office says that Sarasota County is ranked top 25 in the state to see the most deadly crashes involving pedestrians and bicyclists. From now until next May, the sheriff's office and sheriff deputies will focus on 4 intersections in Sarasota County. Sheriff deputies will be doing so by conducting what they call a high visibility enforcement. This means sheriff deputies will be out more than usual at 4 intersections that seen more fatal crashes than any other areas in the county. Now, their aim is to help lower the amount of deadly accidents and protecting those who are most vulnerable on the roads, which are pedestrians and also bicyclists. Now, those 4 intersections include the one that I'm at this morning, which is Bee Ridge and Beneva Road, Clark Road from Bronx Avenue to South Tamiami Trail, US 41 from Business US 41 to Jacaranda Boulevard, and Beneva Road and Bahia Vista Street. Now, drivers are also encouraged to make sure they are driving safely, not only at these 4 intersections, but all across Sarasota County. They are encouraged to use road rules, buckle up, and make sure they are not driving distracted by putting on makeup like we saw just a few moments ago, and also keeping off these cell phones to help the roads stay safe and make sure deadly accidents are lowered this upcoming year. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Marla. A fishing restriction has now been extended to next spring as the state tries to limit the impact from red tide along the Gulf Coast. On Wednesday, Florida Fish and Wildlife agreed to extend the executive order imposing a mandatory catch and release rule on both redfish and snook until May 10th. Now, that order has been in place for about a month from Anna Maria Island all the way down to Naples. It was set to expire next month, but it's now going to be reviewed by the Commission next May. FWC says the action was taken with caution.
I certainly hope that the message is catch and release means you can still catch them, and you can. If you go out on those waters, you'll see it's patchy. There's places to still catch fish. We just want to make sure we're returning them back to, back to the water to help with the recovery.
Now, FWC also announced that they are immediately ending scallop season in the Northwest on the Gulf Country, where red tide has recently appeared. Now, the city of Sarasota is extending its state of emergency for the 6th time since it was put in place on August the 15th, again due to red tide. They'll continue to receive money to help with cleanup and the personnel that perform all that cleanup work. The city says that they plan on extending the state of emergency as long as they need to. And all that red tide not only impacts our beaches and things that we do, but also our traditions along the Suncoast as well. The Sarasota Ski Aries were planning to kick off their season on Sunday, but the president of the ski team says that could change because of that persistent red tide. The team has had to cancel several practices over the past few weeks because there's been dead fish in Sarasota Bay where they like to perform and practice. The team is going to make the call this Saturday on whether or not they'll perform this Sunday. And remember, you can find all of our red tide coverage here on ABC 7, including answers to some of your most asked questions. You can find it all online at mysuncoast.com. Just click on red tide. And the city of Northport is the fastest growing city on the Suncoast. And as that city expands, so does its budget, increasing about $7 million for 2019. Northport's City Commission agreed to spend more on first responders, larger utility systems, and recreational projects. And that's why this budget includes a lot of new things. Road widening projects, new drainage systems, and more jobs are on their way to Northport.
People want more things to do here in Northport. They want to be able to not only live here in the city, but they also want to be able to work here in the city. They want to spend their free time here in the city.
Now, the new budget there goes into effect on October 1st. Now, if you want to see the full breakdown on every project in Northport, you can find it online at mysuncoast.com. And speaking of Northport and getting new things, we're getting closer to that new Atlanta Braves having their stadium finished there. The $125 million project includes more than 6,000 seats, a huge concourse walkway, luxury suites, 8 different practice fields, and tons of new parking. Now, that complex is scheduled to open this spring when the last spring training game will be played in the new stadium. Season tickets are already on sale for the 2020 season, and tickets for that March 24th game will go on sale later on this year. And if you're looking for some new ways to get into the Halloween spirit with your family, Sarasota County Parks and the Baltimore Orioles are teaming up. They're going to present the Halloween Movie Night Spectacular. It's going to be held Saturday, October the 13th, starting at 5 o'clock. You and your family can enjoy games, activities, all kinds of good stuff, including a costume parade. And at 7 o'clock, there's going to be a free screening of the Halloween-themed movie, Hocus Pocus. Parking and admission at the stadium are both free that night. Looking ahead to Friday, All Faiths Food Bank will be hosting their first ever autumn harvest event. It's going to be taking place in their newly expanded warehouse on Blakey Court right here in Sarasota. It's going to take place from 6:30 until 10 o'clock that night. To find out more and get ticket prices, you can visit the story online at mysuncoast.com. Still to come on Good Morning Suncoast, we are going to show you how virtual reality is going to be used to help people conquer their fears, even treat mental illness. Great new things up there. And the holidays are still a couple months away. The White House is preparing to celebrate. We're going to tell you just what it takes to find the official White House Christmas tree. But first, let's head outside our ABC7 studios. There's a tower shot. Morning is breaking, and I see that someone named John Scalzi has checked that rain box for today. John?
I have, but certainly not for the morning hours. It was beautiful out there, wasn't it, on our tower cam? Lots of visibility, lots of blue sky, and that's the way it'll be till about 3 o'clock, when that's the reason for that rain box check. At 3, we'll start to see those showers and thunderstorms building in inland areas. So it's the drive home, and really mostly the drive home going to inland areas where you may see the showers build. None of the hubs serving Sarasota International Airport are showing any kind of delays, according to the FAA, but Logan, LaGuardia, Reagan all have the potential for some delays later today. Forecast in a minute.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
It's rainy season on the Suncoast. Storms can pop up at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When there's the potential for severe weather, you need to know fast. Trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather to get you the information you need right away. We focus on the storms that impact where you live, and we're committed to alerting you with important information as soon as we get it. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
I'm Alan Cohn. Judge Brett Kavanaugh's big day after allegations of sexual assault. He's appearing again before the Senate Judiciary Committee, and so will one of his accusers.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
74 degrees the air temperature, dew point coming in at 74. Relative humidity at 100%, so it's kind of a sticky start to the day. Lots of sunshine in store for you today. As we head through the afternoon, clouds will start to build, though, and we'll watch that 30% chance of showers work its way into the forecast and linger through the evening hours. Most of the rain will fall, as it did yesterday, in inland areas. The general flow, I think, as we head into the afternoon, will be a shifting wind that'll turn to the south initially and then eventually to the west with that sea breeze forming. We have right now a general easterly wind. That's why we're seeing some showers being kicked up on the other coast. Yesterday, we saw the showers lift off to the north and to the west and produced a little bit of cloud cover for a period of time in the mid-afternoon, and I think that's exactly what we'll see today. Big ridge of high pressure exists out in the Atlantic. That's helping to drive a little bit of drier air this way. This high pressure ridge will be expanding across the area as we head into Saturday, Sunday particularly. Got some rain showers back to the west, though. That's all associated with a frontal boundary that's kind of stuck there. Talk about that in a second. Temperatures running a few degrees cooler than they were 24 hours ago, thanks to the slightly lower humidity and certainly the clearer skies this morning. Frontal boundary is producing rain showers through the deep south today, but it's really up in the northeast where we'll probably see the heaviest of the rain falling. Anywhere from Washington, D.C. up through New York City into Boston, all have the potential of seeing some stronger storms a bit later in the afternoon. High pressure brings us that easterly wind. That stays with us through the weekend. In fact, even expands and gets a little bit stronger, so that I think our rain shower chances diminish even more than they have over the last 24 hours. A few scattered showers in inland areas, but pushed closer to the coast as we head into the afternoon. So mostly sunny skies to start, a few late day storms, and the tropics looking good for us right now. We have two systems we're watching. One, gale, has a chance of developing even further. This was Leslie, but it's really of no importance to us. It stays out in the open waters. Kirk, a tropical storm, continues to drift toward the west, but again, it will encounter some hostile winds and eventually just dissipate away over the weekend. It remains far from us and has no influence whatsoever on our weather. So good news, tropically speaking, for the next probably 7 to 10 days. Southwest wind comes in at about 10 knots, turning to the west this evening at about 5. That'll bring you 2-foot seas and a light chop on your bay and inland waters. Forecast looks good. 9:06 low tide, high tide at 2:50. And the forecast looks for beautiful weather for the morning and into the afternoon. Same thing tomorrow, even less rain chances for most of the weekend. Then as we head into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all looking at about a 30 to 40% chance of showers. But warm, 3 or 4 degrees above average each and every day. Back to you.
All right, let's take a look outside and check on that traffic for you. Your first alert traffic roads are looking pretty decent for the most part in Manatee County. Again, State Road 70, 301, that's your hot spot. And then in Sarasota County, those roads are also looking pretty decent. If you're coming off of 75, you'll start seeing some slowdowns right about now. And then to farther south in the area, 75 and 41, both running pretty smooth at 6:45. That's your first alert traffic. In Health Smart, a new report from the World Health Organization shows that alcohol use is to blame for 1 in every 20 deaths all over the world. That new report says over 3 million people have now died from alcohol consumption, and that was just in the year 2016. The largest cause of death, 28%, was due to injuries caused by drinking alcohol, followed by 21% due to digestive disorders, and then 19% due to cardiovascular diseases. Now, it was men that actually make almost 3/4 of those deaths. Of the more than estimated 2 billion people around the world who do drink alcohol, almost 300 million, they found, suffer from some kind of alcohol-related disorder. Well, you know, let's be honest. Everyone is afraid of something. For me, spiders and snakes. But soon, facing your fear might have to do with coming into any real-world danger. Reporter Connor Wiss shows us some new technology that is changing the way you think.
That's a thought that crosses the minds of many that work in what may look like this average, ordinary office. But take a closer look. You'll find these virtual reality goggles on almost every desk.
Our job is to really find out where the intersection of this kind of tool and the field sticks.
Mimi McFall is the Deputy Director of the National Mental Health Innovation Center on the CU Anschutz Medical Campus. Right now, her staff is studying virtual reality, or VR, as a treatment for mental illness and fear.
VR basically puts you in a simulated environment that can expose you to a number of different practice environments.
We tried out the exercise for fear of heights.
It should be snug.
Oh yeah. Whoa. The VR experience took me inside an elevator at ground level and opened to this.
Oh my gosh.
Just looking down, it is definitely getting my heart going, and I can feel my hands sweating on the controllers. Clinicians use this 3D setting as a way to help patients face their fears and get real-time reactions.
There is no way that I could verbally tell her to imagine this and she would have the same physiological response as strong as she's having it right now.
While VR cannot completely replace the work of a trained clinician, it's a tool to help solve problems in mental health or prevent them from developing further.
Engaging new people that might never come in through a therapy door and getting them earlier in the process.
The hope is that over the next few years, it will become more accessible for those who might benefit from it.
All right, that was Connor Mist reporting. Now, the hope is that this new virtual reality experience will be expanded to many more mental health facilities all across the country, hoping to pave the way to ending other people's fears. Very interesting. In entertainment news, the University of Minnesota is awarding Prince an honorary degree for his influence on music and his role in shaping Minneapolis, of course, his hometown. The school's highest honor, the Doctorate of Humane Letters, will be presented to Prince's sister. The university had been preparing to present it to Prince himself before he died of that overdose back in 2016. And get ready, Harry Potter fans. The final trailer is now out for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Not only do we see more of Johnny Depp's character and Jude Law's young Dumbledore, we learn that Claudia Kim is Nagini, a woman who transforms into a snake, Voldemort's, of course, trusted pet. All of that made no sense to you if you have not watched Harry Potter or read the books, but I promise you it's good stuff. The new movie hits theaters this November. And it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman like you have never seen him before. The classic 1978 movie starring the one and only Christopher Reeve as the Man of Steel flies into stores this November, all new on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray with optimized video, this whole new soundtrack. It's all been remixed and is going to be brand new. Definitely one for the collector's edition. It marks a double anniversary. It's actually 40 years since that movie came out and the 80th anniversary of the one and only Superman. Finally, the holidays are still a couple of months away, and the White House is preparing to celebrate. 2 White House officials traveled all the way to North Carolina to select this year's official Christmas tree. The owner of the farm won the National Christmas Tree Contest last year. So what does it take to be a White House holiday tree? Well, they say it has to have a full body, a straight stem, and must be at least 18 feet tall with good color. The pair finally settled on a 25-year-old Fraser fir. It's going to be cut down sometime in the middle of November before it officially heads to Pennsylvania Avenue. All right, we'll be right back. We've got your top 7 headlines before 7. But first, we've got a live look outside. Here is a beautiful shot. Dawn is breaking. It's going to be another good day here on the Suncoast. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC 7.
Stop in and save big on new Ram trucks during Ram Power Days at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years running. Get an all-new 2019 Ram Quad Cab for as little as $24,999. Or save big and get up to $14,328 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
The day you lose your strength is the day you lose your independence. Muscle is lost with age, affecting your energy, balance, and mobility. Before you know it, you're depending on others just to get through the day. But you can reverse and prevent muscle loss. Introducing MyoHealth, a revolutionary proven approach to increased muscle strength and function in as little as 30 days. Live life on your terms with more energy and confidence.
After a serious health issue put me down, MyoHealth's getting me back up again.
I'm doing activities that I haven't done for a long time. It really works.
MyoHealth is a safe, natural dietary supplement, the result of decades of research and 24 human clinical studies. You can live stronger at any age with greater strength, mobility, balance, and energy. Call or go online now and take the MyoHealth 30-Day Strength Challenge.
The ABC7 First Alert weather app just got even better. It's easy to use once you download it. First, tell the app to follow you, so you get alerts pinpointed to exactly where you are. Then customize your settings with all the places you go, from the beach to grandmother's house. Get accurate alerts for everyone you care about. You can even pick which weather alerts and categories you want and what they sound like. More ways to customize and more ways to keep your family safe. Download the ABC7 First Alert weather app today.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC 7 to get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC 7. We're here for you.
Well, welcome back. It is 6:53, and here's your top 7 before 7. First, over to John now with First Alert forecast.
Yeah, so we're looking again today at warmer than average temperatures with humid conditions and an east wind. Watch for dry mornings over the next several days, then maybe a few late day thunderstorms. And so far, tropical weather stays away from the state of Florida. Back to you.
All right, number 2 in your First Alert traffic in Manatee County. That's where we had the most slowdowns, as always, coming into Bradenton over those bridges and heading out on 41 or 301. A couple slowdowns, but pretty typical. And number 3, Sarasota County ranked among the top in the state for the most deadly traffic accidents. Now the Sheriff's Office plans to focus on the 4 busiest intersections in the area to help keep roads a little safer. And number 4, the city of Sarasota is now extending its state of emergency for red tide. It's now the 6th time for that extension. Number 5, to Northport, where the new $125 million Atlanta Braves Spring Training Stadium, say that 6 times fast, is set to open this spring. Just announced the last game of training season will be played in that new stadium, and tickets are on sale now. Number 6, deputies are investigating what led to the death of an inmate at the Charlotte County Jail. They're not exactly sure what caused it, and they're also working to identify his family. And finally, number 7, what is trending? You want to live to be 100? Well, we have some tips for you. A new study went through hundreds of people that all live to the golden age of 100 and beyond, and the strange things they swear by for a long life. Move over broccoli, forget those carrots and multivitamins. A 112-year-old man from Texas swears by 12 cigars, 4 glasses of whiskey every day. Also on the How to Live to 100 list, eating pig's feet, kicking your husband out. One man answered, lots of women. I don't know how that works. Greasy breakfast, 4 strips of bacon every morning, a daily pint of Guinness, 3 cans of Dr. Pepper every single day.
Wow.
These are all on the list.
Wow, I wish my doctor had that point of view.
I know, right? I'm like, what unhealthy habits can I now start doing? If we do all these at the same time, we're going to live to 8,000.
I kind of like the bacon.
All right,
Yeah,
bacon.
there was some good advice there.
Dr. Pepper, pig's feet. Done. We've got this. Thanks for watching. Good morning, America. Straight ahead.
Gettle's got what you're looking for at Gettle.com. 17 new car brands, over 1,000 used vehicles, prices and payments you can afford. Credit help if you need it, and they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Gettle's got that too. Gettle's got it. Visit Gettle.com.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit HelpSaveTheNextGirl.com and get involved.
Cancer doesn't run in my family. That really was the farthest thing from my mind. I've been an athlete my whole life and I work in sports, so my mindset was just, let's fight. So our stories are all unique, so whatever you're going through, ask questions, get information and be involved. Don't ignore the signs. Join the fight. I'm Tony Beasley, and I'm a stage 2 colorectal cancer survivor.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework.
He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Through Saturday, RAV4s from $29. FinishToyota.com.